All right, guys, today's lesson is all about estimating with decimals when we're dividing. And it's very similar to estimating when we were doing multiplication. But this time, we're going to find numbers that are easy to divide for our estimation. So in this case, that doesn't always mean that we will round perfectly and use that number. I'll show you what I mean. So for 7 and 9/10, that would round to 8. And then 2 and 8/10 would round to 3. But can I divide 8 divided by 3 easily? Just 3 go into 8? Let me show you how you can use your multiplication chart to check this. 3, that's what I'm going to look down. I'm looking down the column, and I should find an 8 if it's going to work, but I don't. So these numbers are not compatible. They're not easy to divide. So I don't want to use 8 and 3. If I look at these, I could use a 2 instead and still get a nice estimation for my division problem. So if we had 8 divided by 2, all right, once again, I know my facts, so I know that's 4. But if I didn't, I could go down my 2 column to see if I can find the 8, and here it is. Here's my 8, and that means 2 times 4 is 8, which means 8 divided by 2 is 4. So a good estimation for 7 and 9/10 divided by 2 and 8/10 would be 4. Remember that this sign is what we use when we are estimating. It means almost, or almost sounds good. So almost, it means almost. And so therefore 7 and 9/10 and 2 and 8 divided by 2 and 8/10 is almost 4. If we got a number that was not almost 4, we would want to look back and see if maybe we did something incorrectly. All right, let's come over here. 18 and 4/10 divided by 6. Well, if I was rounding correctly, I would do 18 divided by 6. Does that work? Can I divide 18 divided by 6? Here I would look down the 6 column until I find 18. And I do, which tells me the answer is 3. So our estimation for 18 and 4/10 divided by 6 and 1/10 is about 3. All right, over here, one more. Think about how you would round these numbers to make a problem, a division problem that is easy to divide. All right, so I'm thinking I'm just going to round it properly and see if it works. So 11 and 6/10 should round to 12, and 3 and 1/10 should round to 3. And that means, can we do 12 divided by 3? Are those numbers compatible? Are they easy to divide? If you go down your 3 column, you find that yes, they are. They equal 4. So 11 and 6/10 divided by 3 and 1/10, is almost 4. Oh, that's crazy. We got 4 up there too, didn't we? All right, let's move on. Hey, in the middle of this video, I'm going to stop and just tell you that I'm going to start using code words in our lessons. And if you can email me the code word for the lesson, the next time I see you or the next time I make a packet to send home for you, I'll give you some candy for it, okay? So our code word today is polka dot. Okay? All right. Don't worry about spelling if you don't know how to spell it. Do your best. All right, let's move on. Let's go back to our estimation with division. Here we have 88 and 3/10 divided by 11 and 4/10. Well, if I'm thinking about how I would normally round these two numbers, I would say this would be an 88 and this would be an 11. Now, are these two numbers compatible? Is this an easy division problem that's going to give me a nice whole number? Well, it might not be easy, but it will give me a whole number. If you look down your 11 column, you'll find 88 next to the 8s. So here we go. Now I know that 88 and 3/10 divided by 11 and 4/10 is about 8. So if my answer when I actually divide these decimals is not close to 8, I know something's not quite right. All right, how about 37 and 4/10 divided by 9? Again, if I'm rounding properly, I would do 37 divided by 9. So here I'm going to go down my 9 column and see if I find 37, and I don't. So these two numbers are not compatible. What are numbers close? What's a number close to 36? Or I'm sorry, 37. I just gave you the answer. That is compatible with 9. If I look down here, I find 36, which is super close to 37. So I could say 36 divided by 9 for my estimation, and that gives me 4. I must like that answer today or something. 4. So our estimation for 37 and 4/10 divided by 9 and 1/10, it's going to be about 4. Over here, 58 and 4/10 divided by 7 and 9/10. What if we did 58 divided by 8? All right, looking down my 8s, I don't see 58. What other number could I change this to? 58 divided by 9. I don't see a 58 on here anywhere, to be honest. So maybe 58 is not the number that I want to use. Yeah. So instead of 58, what could we use that might be compatible with 8? 56 is compatible with 8. Let's use 56 instead. So 56 divided by 8. Because these two numbers, they don't really go together very well when we're dividing. But if we do 56 divided by 8, we get 7. And that's our final answer there. So 58 and 4/10 divided by 7 and 9/10 is about 7. So since I went down to 56 from 58, I know that the actual answer when I get it is going to be bigger than 7. And I know if I get something less than 7, that's not quite right. And so I'm almost done. Thanks. And so, sorry for that interruption. Like I was saying, I know it should be more than 7 because we took our number from 58 down quite a bit to 56. All right? All right, let's move on. Last ones. 63 and 8/10 divided by 7 and 9/10. So if I was rounding appropriately, I would make this a 64 divided by 8. Are these two numbers compatible? Can I easily divide these two numbers? If I go down my 8s, I find 64, and I can see the answer is 8. So 63 and 8/10 divided by 7 and 9/10 is it's going to be around 8. All right, here's a big one. 121 and 45/100 divided by 10 and 87/100. Well, this one, I'm just going to say it could be about 121 divided by 11. Are these two numbers compatible? Look at the chart to test if they are. They are. 11 times 11 is 121. So that means 121 and 45/100 divided by 10 and 87/100 is going to be close to the number 11. All right. So for your homework, this is what I want you to do. Find numbers that are easy to divide. They need to be kind of close to the number that you're using. You don't want to be too far off. But see if you can find some numbers that are compatible and easy to divide to help you with estimating with dividing decimals. Let me know if you need me.